Okay, so I want to start this because this has happened like 4 times and I'm really fucking annoyed by it. Me going on stream to tell people, hey, this is my situation. If I can't turn it around, I'm going to retire, is not the equivalent of Cody's retiring for the 4th time. So if you're going to make a clickbaity title about something, I get it. It's for views. Please actually include the clarifying parts of it as well so that people aren't saying that I'm retiring when that's not what was said at all if you watch the stream.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah, I don't have an easy way to say this, but this is not set in stone, but I don't want to blindside anyone. As of now, I am planning on retiring next year. At least like a soft retire where I kind of do this until I figure out what my next step is, but my time as like a full-time competitor that is going for #1 would just be done. This is not set in stone yet. It's not 100%, but I would say it's like probably over 50% likely at this point in time, which is obviously not a small percentage at all. So, few things. One, I don't think I'm entering anything besides Riptide and non-rotational at the end of the year. Maybe I'll keep my commitment to like Quebec Cup or some shit. But that would pretty much be it. So I apologize. There's not going to be a race for #1. Zane's just going to get it back. I don't think anyone's beating him. If I am in a job where I can't afford to take one vacation in 4 years, that's not a job I want to work long term. Like, I'm sorry. If you are working a job and you can't go on one vacation in 4 years, you either need to figure out how to get better qualifications or get a new fucking job. And if you can't, that doesn't mean you should be mad at someone else who wants better for their life. Like, if you can't take one vacation in 4 years, that's ridiculous. I'm sorry. That's insanity. You're fucking stupid. Your vacation used to be majors. Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense. No, I agree. Like, for some people in the economy that it's normal. That, I think, is a representation of how shitty our economy is than anything else. And that's just, like, nobody should have to be that. Like, you should be able to take a vacation if you want. That was bought a year and a half ago while I was still on Nouns. I didn't know I was going to get dropped. I had no clue about that. I didn't know that they were just going to be like, yeah, we don't really want a big player. We want smaller players. And we don't want to pay one person more money than everyone else. And I'm like, okay, cool. So, yeah. That was completely different. When I talk about finances, dude, I'm not saying like, oh, I make zero money from this game and I can't afford to pay for food tonight. Obviously, I'll make a joke about it, but that's only if my bank account's actually just zero, which happens from time to time, and then I have to pull out money. But I have money in savings. What's it called? The thing that is actually weighing on me, the thing that is frustrating and is hard for me, is that I am a 30-year-old man and I can't put money away every month. If I can't put money away when I'm in my 30s every single month, then that means that I'm going to have a really hard time the older I get. The game isn't getting bigger. It's not. I don't think anyone could ever argue that the game's not getting any bigger. It could, but as of right now, it's not, and I have to prepare for what I see in front of me. The game's not going anywhere fast right now. Maybe in a week something changes. I don't know. Maybe we find out how to run a circuit where Nintendo doesn't come in and completely decide to cuck everyone at every point in time. Who knows? But as of right now, I don't see that path forward. So if I can't put away money, I can't save up, I can't, prepare for whatever next jump I have in life, and instead I'm taking a little bit of money out of my accounts every month, then at some point I'm going to get to a point where financially I can't even switch gears because I can't afford it because I don't have the money to pay my bills. And if I'm at that point, then I've already waited too long. So I'm not going to sit here if it's been, consecutively every month for a year where I'm draining my accounts little by little. And again, don't mind a month here and there. Sometimes shit happens. But I'm not going to drain my account a little bit for every month for an entire year and then think, this will change if I keep doing everything the same way, because it's not. I'm not the biggest personality in the scene. I never have been. I'd say I never will be, but who knows? Maybe I do a 180 and become haha funny guy on the internet. I have no idea. But as of right now, there's no path forward for me for that. So can't count on that. Don't want to count on it. And I also don't want to put it on you guys either, because I don't want to sit here and be like, I need to be at 1,000 subs every month and then I'll do it. Like, no, I'm not putting that on you guys. It's on me to make something that people want to support. And if I can't do that, which to be fair, I travel too much this year, and I'm not even burnt out as much from the traveling as I am from the stress that comes from not being home, not streaming, not growing anything, and just going and playing for tournaments for like $1,000 and then coming home and like, oh yeah, I spent 1,000 getting there, so I went even, and then didn't work, and then come home to 100 subs. Yeah, it's not that's not sustainable. And there are people that are like, well, you should play like part time and compete part time. I don't want to compete that way. I just don't. Like, if I'm going to compete, I want to compete at my best. I don't like half-assing stuff. I don't want to go to a tournament and not be completely ready for it. That's just, I don't feel good about that. I don't want that relationship with the game. So if I stop, like, I'm done. Again, it's not set in stone that I'm done. I have things that I can try. I got a few last-ditch efforts. But as of now, my expectation is that I will likely be done after Nouns Invitational. I will try some stuff out. I'll see if I can make things work. But that is my current expectation. Just want to throw that out there because that's fucking annoying. But I get it. Clickbaity titles. You want people to click on it. You got to throw the part that actually is a clarifying statement in there. Thank you, Grant. In there somewhere so that people see that because they're not watching 50 minutes of a fucking YouTube VOD. They're not going to do it. Okay. So that's out of the way. I don't want to retire for the people who didn't hear everything. My goal is not to sit here and say I'm retiring because I can't do it anymore. The goal was shit's rough. Melee doesn't get new sponsors right now. There's nothing new in Melee right now. That's okay. So I'm going to start by saying I have two pieces of bad news, one piece of good news. The first piece of bad news, no, there's no team. There's likely not going to be a team. At least not for a prolonged period of time until I can make myself desirable. Because there's no reason for someone to just barge into Melee right now. Like, what are they going to do with me? Hope I'm wrong. I would love a paycheck, but not happening anytime soon. No, it's not because, haha, lack of charisma. Yeah, I'm sorry. Half the Five Gods had no charisma. It was storylining, and it was the ecosystem of esports at the time. Sorry to inform you. Even if you don't like me, it still gets impressions. It's not a bad thing. But that's likely not happening anytime soon. The second piece of bad news is I am probably... I don't want to say I'm punting the rest of the year. I'm not going to be doing my type of grind the rest of this year. It's just not happening. It's not because I don't want to play. Again, I love this game. I'm actually having more fun playing now than I ever have. But I'm not going to sit here and grind for 6 hours a day to lose money every month while being number one in the world. So that's the bad shit out of the way. However, I want to start by saying this game is just not accessible at all. So people say like, oh, you get in, you have all these controller options. Great thing. You know, it's easy to get slippy, even though lossless adapters are now not shipping to America. Thanks, Trump. But the game, objectively, if you want to look for resources to get good at the game, is extremely inaccessible. Like, I've had every stream at least 5 people come in asking like, yeah, I don't know how to get good. Like, what the fuck do I do to get good? And I'm realizing that it's just really, really hard for people to get into the game. So I'm not going to give too much context on it yet, but Emily and I for the past 2 weeks have started on a project that's probably going to take thousands of hours, where we are pretty much going to make a resource specifically dedicated from like day one all the way to top one on how to actually get good at Melee and make it like a centralized resource so that everything you need is there, it's concise, it's accessible, and it's comprehensive. It's going to take a while. We're not there yet. We got a lot of time until we get there. But with her work ethic and the fact that that's part of what I've been doing recently, I don't think it'll take as long as I think it will. So, a couple years, no. I don't want to put a time frame on it yet. But we already have like a pretty good framework for it. We kind of know what we want to do. We're looking to onboard people who want to help with it, and it's a passion project right now. Like, we don't have money to pay. I'm still like $7,000 in debt. I just don't have money to pay people right now. But we're looking for people that want to help out with this stuff and can dedicate time for in the beginning, no return other than love for the game. And then the goal is going to be to monetize it while it's in its early phases. And then once it's ready and we have everything done, I want it to be open access for literally everyone. And you can support it if you want, but, you know, doesn't need to be supported at all. Is it going to be character specific? Yes, every single character. So the idea is to have resources for every single character in every matchup with all the like the pertinent parts, even Bowser. Granted, the lower tiers are going to come later because that takes a lot of work, and I'd rather get the characters people need early on out there. But yes, the idea is every single character, every level, every step of the way, and from start to finish, what you need to do to actually get good at this game, because it is way too hard for anyone to deal with it right now. The problem is, this kind of only encompasses realistically like 10% of the people that are in the community. Because most people, you know, their goal isn't to get good at the game. But for a lot of you, this should be, you know, very helpful. There are 3 things that branch off that. First off, short term, I'm not going to be streaming as much as I have in the past, even though the last few months I haven't been streaming much at all. Stuff's starting to die down. It's returning to normal. So the first part is, for the short term, I'm going to reopen Patreon so that I can give a different type of lesson than what I've been doing. There's a market there that hasn't been touched yet for people who want to get good, where there's a early tier to get into our Discord where we're working on the stuff, and you can like have sneak peeks or whatever. You get all my Slippy VODs, you get some analysis of my choice, and a few other resources that are meant specifically to help you. There's like a middle tier, which is not a full lesson, but it's much less expensive than a lesson, where you get all of that. Plus, I'm going to go over a VOD of yours a month or two, like pretty much a set. Give you exactly what you need to work on, like right now. Again, it's going to probably be like $30-$40. It's not like the $60, $70, $80 lessons that people have. And I would meet with you for like 5 minutes to talk about what your routine should look like, how to practice, etc. And then and these are going to be the people who just want to support me. You have like fuck you money, you don't give a shit, and you want to be like a full-time student for me and Emily, and you don't care about price. We'll have a few slots for people who want to pay like a very high premium to be like a full-time student. I'm on call, she's on call while we're working on all this stuff on the side. And at any point, you know, you want a lesson during the week, just let me know. Give me a little bit of advance. If you're interested in that, send me a DM, because I'll have to set aside a spot for you, because I already know of like 5 people or so that are interested in it, even at the price I'm probably going to charge. So definitely send me a DM if you want that. For the other tiers, there's going to be no limit. That'll be after I do a September subathon. That's going to be my last like stream event for a while. It's also going to be the first time where I have a stream event where shit's actually planned out. Believe it or not, I have most of the days already planned. I've reached out to a bunch of people for content that I want to do during it. And there's no Rivals of Aether 2 coming out that's just going to make me sit there and grind ranked for 2 weeks because I want to get good at a different game. So it'll be after that I'm likely releasing it, because I can't do lessons during that period, obviously. And this will also probably... The goal is after we get all that done, there'll hopefully be like a rebrand for me and all the associated product. And we want to actually branch off into other parts. So like we want to next make controllers better and more accessible for everyone. Even if it's done through modders, just giving better resources, as Emily's respectfully to the controller modders, the best controller modder in the scene. And probably merch associated with that so that it can support it. And we just want to make this game like literally as accessible all around as physically possible, because right now it just isn't. And that's kind of a problem when you have a game that doesn't have new sponsors, doesn't have developer support, and it's only getting harder and harder to get into the game. So, want to clarify, no, I'm not retiring right now. I want to see how this goes. If I can make this financially sustainable while I'm doing all of this, I have no problem keeping playing next year. I don't. But this is going to be my focus for the rest of the year. Obviously, I'm still going to be streaming. I'm still going to enter the 3 tournaments I said I would enter. But I'm going to be more focused on this and seeing how we can make this game healthier long-term, because nothing like this exists, and it's just too annoying. Like, you look at a fight, we don't even have a glossary. We have, like, the Smash frame data shit, but every, like, fighting game tournament has, like, a glossary for it and all this other shit that makes, you know, even just the process of learning stuff so simple, and we have literally nothing like that. Comparable to the Nibba with more application vibes. A lot more application vibes, a lot more comprehensive, and a lot more consistent throughout skill levels. So not just here's what you do in a matchup. It's like day one, low level player, mid level player, high level player, and different things about that. I'll also be releasing some guides on miscellaneous things on YouTube for people to get into. One of the big ones I want to talk about a lot is mental game, because I think everyone's mental game is dog shit. And as someone who had the worst mental game of all time, I think that it's going to be very fruitful for people to learn certain concepts that will hopefully just make their career a lot easier. What parts of it are paid? Early access is going to be locked behind Patreon, because I don't want to release an unfinished product, and it's more going to be if you want to support it. And that'll probably be starting to be released mid-September, end of September, but I'll let you know about it.